Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since we did a lore video, so today I want to tell you about the CTRG, although we cannot discuss everything in this video. Meet the Combat Technology Research Group, also known as CTRG. They represent the elite NATO special forces in Arma 3. Although CTRG is under the direct command of NATO's highest echelons, NATO does not acknowledge or recognize CTRG. CTRG is a multinational special forces unit that conducts clandestine, black operations throughout the globe. Its known specialties include, but are not limited to, assassination, psychological warfare, counterinsurgency, and military technology espionage. All activities are coordinated through the force's internal network, which is designated as CTRG Central. Though the exact size of CTRG is not fully known, the organization is shown to be structured into different groups which are scattered to various countries throughout the world. The three groups that have made a physical appearance thus far as of the making of this video include 13, 14 and 15. Group 13 is commanded by an unknown officer. It is known to consist of at least two classes who regularly participate in firing drills at the Communal firing range on the island of 3’s. They undergo specially designed courses of fire demonstrations, which are often observed by senior NATO officials. Group 14 is led by Captain Scott Miller, which we know from the East Wind campaign. Group 14 was initially stationed in the Republic of Altis and 3’s, but were later covertly transferred to the South Pacific region after their mission was aborted following several complications. We discussed Group 14 and their involvement in the East Wind campaign and later in Apex Protocol in their own video. Group 15 is commanded by Major A.J. Dutton. Group 15 was stationed on Tanoa, the main island of the South Pacific nation of the Horizon Islands. Their operation was conducted under the cover of conventional Pacific NATO forces operating in the country as part of the Safe Horizon joint exercise. You play as Group 15 in the Apex Protocol campaign. At least 6 other groups are known to exist of the events of Apex Protocol, with 6 more presumed to be located elsewhere in the world. Each of the groups are stationed at their respective area of operations. Group 1, Turkmenistan, Northern Afghanistan. Group 3, Lebanon, Western Syria. Group 6, Central Republic of Iran. Group 8, Southern Russia. Group 10, Central Philippines. Group 12, Western Indonesia. Little information is officially known about CTRG's exact date of organization. However, 9 years prior to the event of the East Wind and the Altian Civil War, we see the first of the known groups appear on the island of Altis. CTRG's Group 14 was deployed to the nation in order to assist the government's loyalists who were engaged in a full-out war against Akantero's AAF and his paramilitary allies. We see Group 14 actively providing tactical support for the loyalists participating in the assault against the village of Areno and helping to seize the mountain village of Galati. Group 14 were operating under the disguise of being British Special Forces, but their overall presence in the war was limited and at the same time was divided amongst the loyalists. Despite their effort, however, Group 14 were unsuccessful in preventing the loyalists from losing the war. After the signing of the Jerusalem ceasefire in 2030, there are not more activities from Group 14 in the area. 9 years later, we see them in the island of 3’s. Operators often wear derivatives of conventional body armor vests modified with custom camouflage schemes. But except for certain cases, when cover is required, their helmets and plate carriers are usually left unmarked and lack the national flag found on standard NATO gear. Their standard issue uniform is a modified version of the combat fatigues worn by conventional NATO forces, but also features specialized variants designed with thermal masking technology, which when combined with a special balaclava, camouflages them from head to toe against infrared cameras. Headgear varies depending on the area of operations. 14's operatives, for example, simply wear compact light combat helmets that are painted in variety of snakeskin and arid themed camouflage patterns. Group 13 and 15, on the other hand, wear arid or tropical desert camouflage, stealth combat helmets and balaclavas, which not only mask them from thermal vision, but also provide full face protection against small arms fire. The desert camouflage patterns employed by CTRG operatives in order from left to right: arid, urban, tropical. Due to the nature of their operations, CTRG operatives use equipment based on personal preferences and are not forced to choose from a specific set of firearms like their C-set counterpart. For instance, operatives from Group 15 and 13 often utilize the SPAR 16 family of 5.56 assault rifles, but 14's members prefer to employ the 6.5mm chambered MX instead. CTRG mainly utilizes prowlers and the UH-80 Ghost Hawk for ground and air transportation. In the case of missions that span distance too great for the Ghost Hawk, they rely on the V-44X Blackfish VTOLs and requisition transportation sources from the local population depending on whether the stealth or improvisation is required. And that brings us to the end of this video. Because there's still a lot to say about CTRG and their operations in the East Wind and Apex Protocol campaign, I want to make different videos about them. In the next videos, I'd like to tell you the story about the East Wind and talk about what part CTRG took in that story. I want a stable upload scheme for videos like this, so expect the next video in 2 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video and I made you excited for the next one. I see you in the next video. Bye.